What about the last bunch of years for you, 4 years for you, or whatever it's been? And you've taken trips to Egypt. You've done a lot of stuff. Kind of researching ancient civilizations and talking about that. Is that also a passion for you, or was that more of a job?
You know what? It was a passion. It was a passion. I love going to different places around, I love traveling and I love to experience rich history that I feel is real. So, and then the energetics of just being there and the feeling of being in these, special places were, life changing for real. But, it's not like my area of study. I've never really too much studied. I've kind of just went to absorb the information and energy that I could, at these places.
Yeah, cool.
And it's taught me a lot. I mean, I think I've been to Egypt now 6 times or something,
Wow.
5 or 6 times. Yeah, and just around the world, a whole bunch of different places. Great experiences, and I loved it all, to be honest. But it kind of just makes you aware and very grateful for, the lives that we live here, number one. But also it really teaches you about metaphysics and energy, because I've seen people change in places because of the energy there. Have you been to Egypt?
I'm going in, it's probably going to be December this year. We're going to explore behind the Queen's Chamber North shaft, that blocking door that's in there. Yeah, I'm going with a team of people that's going to be sending a camera up, a little tiny razor blade camera behind to see what's behind that blocking stone.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
That's incredible. Yeah. Man, I'm jealous. Yeah, wow, that's so cool.
And then next year going back again in 26 to explore the big void, that cavity that's above the Grand Gallery.
Yes.
So yeah, it's pretty pumped about.
Wow, freaking amazing.
I know. And the timing, I'm hoping December holds. They're doing testing offsite in September and then a live on-site testing in October. And if both of those go well and Zahi Hawass agrees that, and he wanted to do this prior to doing the big void exploration, but if he agrees that December week 2 is going to work, then that's when we'll be in there.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
you have to let me know.
We'll do.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, it'll be, televised, and I don't know if we're going to live stream it through this channel. They're kind of want. I'm the backup plan right now, so they want like Mr. Beast or something, or I think they're looking for some big name person to do it. But I'm the backup plan, so I'm hoping to live stream it through Limitless. But if not, it'll be live streamed.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Wow. Well, you'll feel the Egypt energy though.
Yeah, for sure.
It's different.
Sure. Yep.
When I landed for the first time, do this while you're out there. When you close your eyes, it's dark, but when you land there and you close your eyes, it's bright. Like, I don't know if that's just my experience, but that's like one of the first things that I noticed there. And then I also feel, whatever is true to be inside of you will like come out. Like, there is no stopping whatever is true to you. I've seen people change, I've seen emotions just go crazy. I mean, I think it's because of the energy there is just so like resonant, it's so powerful that you really can't hide, it's like you really can't hide if you're really some way anymore. So I think it brings out, your true self. And then just feeling the energy there, it's almost like you can download things. I had an experience in the Great Pyramid, actually, at this secret little place that I'm not sure you're probably going to experience it because you got the hookup. So there's a place where you go and it's like it's just one person or 2 people can stand there at a time and you hum. And then when you hum, the sound just goes all the way up and then comes back down, but it's amplified. And when it comes down, it's like, it pushes your body. I had like an experience. I think I don't know what happened, but I felt like I was traveling through the universe. I was like looking at universes and like solar system. I'm like, what is happening? It wasn't long, but it literally like shot me up, and then I came back in my body, and I was like, what the fuck happened?
No drugs.
No drugs. Okay. No drugs. Okay. No, completely sober.
Okay.
So I'm like, wow. I mean,
and where were you standing?
So, okay, you go into the king's chamber, but it's like right before that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to
So
ask.
not the grand gallery, but that spot that's right before. Is that where the big heavy stones are
Yeah.
up there? Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'll do that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to try it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I also heard that if you have a good heart, then the sound will go crazy. But if you have a dark heart, then you won't, the sound doesn't do anything. That's what I heard. But I don't, my experience, and I had a couple other people that did it and they were like, whoa. So
What do you
yeah.
think that? I mean, do you think that like there's so many people that speculate now that was used for like ritualistic, psychedelic, like journeys and exploration of like the underworld representing death underneath it, and all of the like the various parts of it would be one hell of a place to walk through and to experience like crazy stuff like that,
Yeah.
where you've got this super energetic force that's bouncing off the rooftop and coming back and hitting you. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, there's power plant theory. Like, what are your thoughts on the whole the pyramid in terms of function?
I think it was an energy system that energized the entire city, to be honest. I think that it was, they would use hydrogen in some way to create electricity. And I think that it was like a big power plant, basically.
Chris Dunn's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he thinks too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was to energize some sort of power, but they knew the measurements of everything because in order to, I mean, I wonder what that place was for. It's like a tiny little sliver of a place, but you literally the resonance, the sound. What was that for? If it's just a power plant, I mean, they might have used something to activate something else to be able to harness certain molecules, maybe to convert them into energy. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that it's not a tomb.
Not a tomb.
Not a tomb. Nope.
Yeah.
And I know that I really highly doubt humans just, took the stones and were carrying them on their backs.
Yeah.
Pulling them up ramps. Like I highly doubt that.
Right.
I mean, there's evidence of ancient technology all over the place in
Yeah.
Egypt. You'll see it. I mean,
Yeah.
there's like tool marks, places. I mean, there was technology
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's common knowledge now, right? Is it?
I mean, it's not crazy anymore.
Okay,
good. I mean, yeah.
Are we there yet?
Nobody that watches this show is going to think anything that you've said
Okay.
is off the wall for sure. Because we've talked about this on every episode pretty much. So, it's there's a lot of mysteries and secrets. Have you been to South America? You've been to Peru?
I haven't been to Peru.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to Peru. I have not been
What's
there.
the most like crazy energetic experience that you've had at one of these sites? Was that?
It was probably
up
that
there?
in Egypt.
Yeah, okay.
But I had a crazy experience in Cambodia. It wasn't really mystical, but it was almost like I was experiencing my life again. Like it was like a remembrance. I mean, I felt more home there than I've felt anywhere. And I've been to a ton of different countries. I've been back to my home. I grew up in Michigan, I felt more at home in Cambodia than I've ever felt in my life.
Nice.
And, there's a floating city there. So we toured the floating city and it was like I had a life there before. I was like, I've lived here. And it's an inner knowing, it's like the soul remembrance. And then working with my spiritual advisor, she was like, yeah, many lives there. Holy crap. But it really just felt like homecoming, which is interesting. So that's why I encourage people to travel, really experience this world because you just never know what you're going to experience energetically or what you're going to remember. I mean, just experiencing that feeling of being at home for me especially was incredibly healing. Like adoption. I mean, I've always felt kind of floating in the atmosphere, never really grounded. But I mean, just being there and feeling that, like I remember I was sitting on a cliff's edge. It was like a huge drop down. I'm a daredevil. I mean, everybody was like, oh my God, don't go over there. I'm like, I'm hanging my feet up. And so I sat there and I just meditated. And I'm like, this is magical here. I mean, I was looking at the jungles of Cambodia and I'm just feeling the energy. And I'm like, this is magic. Like healing. I mean, I think all stress just, left my body and, incredibly healing. And I'm hoping that Bali is going to be kind of like the same. I think it's going to be almost like the same energy. I can't wait to go. But, I encourage people to travel because if you stay stuck where you're at, you'll never see the wonders of the world. You know, there's so much out there. I mean, and then you'll never get exposed to our true history either. I mean, you go to Egypt one time, you see our true history. You know,
Yeah.
you go to Turkey, you go to Mexico, you go to these different places that have these ancient structures, and you realize, okay, you know, I know now. You know, you're not washed by this bullcrap history that is presented anymore. You know, you really get to see truths